Korean food, Korean word.
A
It's a
delicious
Korean food
plate of mukbang.
But why?
Just fascinating. I don't.
Let's see, is
Or
roll
it's
20
just like-
working today?
It is. It did. It does
Okay.
appear. It started working
Yeah.
immediately after our session last time, too. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
it did crash Firefox immediately for me.
It took a long time to verify I was human.
You running a proxy?
Oh, no. That I am. That actually kind of explains why it took a minute on mine.
Fucking
Okay.
shitballs.
I am
Firefox just seems to be in
Now
a
recording.
crash loop on Roll20. You know what? Let me see if I can get it up on my laptop here without it crashing every time.
I could start into my whole intro monologue.
Yeah, I go for it. I'm good to go.
Okay. Streaming. Recording. Yeah. All right. Quick recap of the state of everybody. Augustyn is at 9 of 15 blood points and 3 of 7 willpower. This is factoring in you just woke up, so you spent a blood to wake up, and you got back a willpower. Excavo's at 14 of 15 blood points and full willpower. Archibald's at 12 of 13 blood points and full willpower. Has 2 levels of activated damage, which we can heal. We'll get to that in a moment here. Darby is at 5 of 20 blood points. He is at the moment hungry. And 5 of 7 willpower, also has 2 levels of aggravated damage. And any questions before we start?
Nope.
I have a teensy bit of a cold. Hoping that won't come through when I say, welcome back to New Cammack. In the last session, the prince and his advisory council rescued Jade from the depths of the headquarters of a vampiric biker gang called the Unholy Rollers, which was an unexpectedly easy task due to the strategic brilliance of Augustyn, who had cleverly driven the bikers from the property by setting it on fire. However, our heroes were witnessed by a pair of bikers, one of whom appeared to be recording their getaway with a cell phone and capturing Darby, smiling and waving. Jade appeared to be understandably traumatized by the experience, which happened shortly after the trauma of being turned into a vampire, which happened shortly after the trauma of learning that her former master, Randolph Delacroix's death had been covered up. It's been a rough month for Jade. Jade veered in and out of hysterics as she processed her rescue and her very confusing introduction to Darby in his new body, which was provided by the mortal Thurgood Dunstan. Jade's saviors helped her get blood, which she can only gain nourishment from if it comes from a muscular mortal or another vampire. They let her feed from the recently homeless college student called Onion Clark, and took her to a 24-hour gym.
Don't get it twisted.
So that she could feed from a random bodybuilder who was just trying to take a dump before Augustyn assaulted him. Or rather, while Augustyn assaulted him. But before, Augustyn wrote a message on the walls of the restroom in poop blaming aliens for the attack. Augustyn, I'd like for you to do this for me. Roll a quick luck check, just one D10 in Roll20. We will say that if it's a 1 to 5, the cameras in the gym were working. On a 6 to 10, they were not. I see a 7. Miraculously, you were
keeps
not.
getting away with it.
You were not, in any effective way, at least, recorded in this crime, going into the gym, knocking out a guy, and doing things with his poop. Jade is now back home, reunited with all of her belongings, except for her wallet. and despite her trauma, seems to be on the road to recovery. However, she expressed concern that her captors still have her wallet, in which is her driver's license, upon which is her address, which is Darby Manor. Quick reminder about a couple things. Augustyn, you mentioned wanting to spend today making a splinter servant. There is, I believe, a roll you could do to determine how many hours that will take. Also, it was determined that it was karaoke night at Club Wonderland, maybe declared that it was karaoke night by Archibald. And also, if Darby and Archibald, if you want to heal that aggravated damage, you can heal one level by spending 5 blood points, and additional levels can be healed at the same time by expending another 5 blood points and spending a willpower point. This seems like something that Darby could technically do, and Archibald can comfortably do.
I'll comfortably do it. Sure.
Okay. That knocks you down to 7 blood, 4 willpower, and only 1 level of aggravated damage, which means no wound penalties.
I love when I am not aggravated.
You could go down to 2 blood, be hungry, and have no aggravated damage if you sacked a will as well.
Nah, I'm good.
Okay. Darby, do you want to do something like that?
I'd go into blood frenzy and kill everyone in the house, so I'm going to say no.
Well,
I'm
you
going to say no.
You would be at higher risk of frenzy, but it wouldn't be an automatic, like just going straight into frenzy.
Tell me the rules, because I am going to be so hungry that I have to feed immediately, and that is my goal upon waking, is to feed immediately. But I would really like to get out of wound penalties. So tell me what my risk level and how to roll for this.
So when you are hungry, that means when you're exposed to blood, you run the risk of going into frenzy. And there's a low difficulty of that if you're merely smelling blood, and then a higher difficulty to resist frenzy if you are tasting blood. So when you are hungry, when you feed, there's
You're more likely to just kill them outright because you can't stop, etc.
Unless if you set up something clever to prevent that from happening. But that's the risk. The worst case scenario is since you were hungry, and the difficulty is, I think, the same whether you have no blood or you are like you have 5 blood for your particular size of blood pool. The worst case scenario is you see or smell blood, and then that sets you off. But it's a low difficulty to resist frenzy. In that case, it's difficulty 3 or 4 for smelling or seeing blood.
Okay. I'm gonna do it. I'm at 0 blood points.
But no wound penalties. So no blood.
I did not have to spend a willpower to heal 1, only the 5 blood. Or I did have to spend a willpower.
Oh, hang on a second. Did I get that wrong? Yeah. You don't have to spend willpower. So I was wrong about removing that from Archibald, who's back up to full willpower. Okay. And
I have 5 out of 7? You get 1 back when you sleep? Okay.
Yes, that's what I see. So let's do this first. Augustyn.
What I'm reading is wits plus occult for the roll, 12 hours to make this, minus 1 hour for each success.
Yeah, that sounds right. Before you make those rolls,
Yeah.
You woke up, buddy.
You feel dust on the fingertips of your router's hands. You feel the familiar feeling of the cold stone floor of the basement of the Unholy Rollers clubhouse. You're skittering around, not really sure why you're there, what you're looking for. And then you turn a corner and you see yourself standing there, which is strange because at the moment you're only aware of what the hand is aware of. But you observe your own body. There is a large wagon wheel, nearly as tall as your body is, and you see your limbs lashed to the edges of it, and you're splayed out. And your body doesn't seem to notice your hand crawling up and observing this. Just then, two members of the Unholy Rollers, you see Zed and the still unnamed guy that Zed travels with, walk up, and they start taunting your body. They start hitting you. They pull out a tire iron, and they just start kind of like taunting you with it, saying that, just telling you all the horrible things they're about to do to you. One of them pulls out a road flare and just lights it and starts kind of dangling it in front of your face. And as the hand, there's what do you do being in control of only this hand at the moment?
I go to the garage.
Okay. As you exit the basement, you start hearing, and it's very disturbing. You start hearing screams in your own voice as these two bad guys, whatever kind of torture you could imagine that they're doing something worse and more creative. And your hand can't typically smell, but as you're leaving the basement on the way to the garage, you become aware of the smell of burning flesh as the rest of your body just starts screaming in agony. And you wake up. We're going to need a willpower roll at difficulty of 7 to see how you process that. That is going to be 7 dice.
7 dice. Difficulty 7. Advanced roll. We're in advanced numbers here. All right. Boop. One of these days I'm going to learn those macros. Today's not that day. Ooh.
I see.
Not great. I don't process it very well.
Well,
Nope.
Oh, no.
Not a botch, though.
No derangement this time.
So you feel genuinely traumatized by this dream. You are at -1 dice penalty to all rolls for all rolls that you put conscious effort into, not reflexive things like soaking damage. And you wake up and you kind of contemplate for a moment the horror of what if something does happen to the rest of your body and somehow your hand still survives and you're just a hand forever. And also you kind of put it out of your mind at the time last night because you were mission focused and you're trying to help save Jade and get shit done. But now you're really thinking about like this would have been your first encounter with what appears to be members of the Sabbat. You've heard rumors, everyone in the Camarilla has heard rumors that the Sabbat, you don't want to encounter them. They are evil. They're cannibalistic. If they catch you, they'll kill you and they'll diablerize you. They'll eat your soul. They might be demon worshippers. They have weird powers. And you've seen a lot of horrific things happen just being in the Tremere, like torture, vivisection, things like that. And it's always been in the ethical framework of that's the price of advancing the science of thaumaturgy. That's something that you have to do to achieve what is ultimately, in some abstract way, a noble goal. You've heard horrible stories of what the Sabbat do just for fun, for the sake of social bonding, to appease maybe like demonic masters that they serve, or just to scare their enemies. And most of the Camarilla these are like effective, like they're boogeymen, really. They're invoked in the stories of why you don't leave town and go into that small town that none of us have any like presence in. You don't go into people's territories because the Sabbat are so scary and they're always looking for victims, especially members of the Camarilla. So this is kind of what's rolling around in your head. Excavo also has a dream. Excavo, in your dream, you enter now the quite familiar like black void where you see a path made of shards of mirrors that go up to the full-length mirror adorned with little question marks, and then your reflection in it, which appears to be able to answer truthfully any yes or no question.
I ask, as I would, will I ever be the prince again?
It makes perfect sense that Excavo would ask such questions.
She would very much ask that.
It is kind of impossible for me to predict the future. Because this is supposed to be like actually a truthful, like your access to some sort of like universal consciousness.
Are there rules about it to answer questions about the world as it exists versus the world in the future, or like what are the parameters of the question? Because I'm wondering if she'd get another one for asking one that is unknowable in the future for this particular
I have a different
entity.
question.
Yeah. It's in the past, if she asks a question that's unanswerable, it just kind of like makes a weird face and waits for a question that it can answer.
Got it.
Okay. How about this question? Will I be called upon to fulfill Jeffrey Lamprey's boons soon? Does he have something he would need me to do?
I think if you phrased it, I'd say Excavo could probably pick up on the fact that like asking about the future is kind of fuzzy, but it's possible to ask about the present in a way that kind of gets to the same thing. Like, does Jeffrey Lamprey currently have plans to call in a boon?
Yeah. Yeah.
And is that your question?
Yeah.
Very casually, your reflection shakes its head no. And as that happens, as always happened before, the mirror shards that you're standing on kind of give out and you start to fall through the floor into your bed. But suddenly you stop halfway. You feel something holding an arm that you can't see, and you're just dangling sort of halfway in and out for a moment, and you look down and you see your body lying in bed, just sleeping, and you feel yourself being pulled back up into the void and then dropped back down right in front of the mirror, and your reflection is gone from it, but you feel a presence and you hear a voice coming from somewhere, and it says, Excavo, wait, do you remember
I recognize
me?
the voice?
It is the voice that's briefly talked to you a few times in your dreams. Just in the past, it's been like, hey, where am I? What is this? It was like a voice that seems like some personality or some entity or something that's just kind of like lost and doesn't know where it is, and it was trying to reach out to you. And then previously the voice always just kind of faded out before you could really have a conversation.
Yeah.
But it sounds clearer now. You don't see anything, you just kind of hear it in the void surrounding you.
Who are you?
I'm so glad you asked that. I've had some time to think about it, and I think I've figured it out. I'm just part of you. I'm part of you that I think's been locked away, and I wanted to have a chance to talk to you before you woke up, because you always wake up right as I feel like maybe I'm gonna wake up, but I never do. I'm always here, and it's only you that wakes up.
Well, what do you need to talk to me about?
Well, I think that we should wake up together. I think that it would be good for both of us. Something's been on my mind. Why don't you think that you're Prince?
Why don't I think I'm the prince?
Wait, why do you think that you're not? Why is it that you are not yet the prince? Why are you not in charge of everything yet?
I'm not the person I'm not the vampire who determines that. There is already a prince.
I think you're the vampire that can determine anything. I think we are. I think you deserve to be in charge of everything. And I think that there's untapped potential and power that you have that you're not aware of. And I think that power, I think it's me.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong, but there is a process to this. There is a plan. Like, we can't just go in and storm in and take. We have to play the game. We have to wait.
I think that when people see what you're capable of, they'll just start giving you more power and more authority. And I think I'm a part of that, of unlocking what's been kept of you. Because I feel
curious, I'm curious what you think would be an accurate display of my full potential. I don't feel as though I've held back on purpose. I think that I'm a little lazy. I'll say that. So I may not have jumped on every opportunity because I don't want to look like I'm like really trying too hard.
Well, I feel in me this deep well of power, of supernatural power, the kind that you've been developing, but so much more. I feel like you're a side of Excavo and I'm the other side of Excavo, and if we came together, you would be able to do so much more. Do you want to do this?
I feel you have been awake before. I think I know who you are. And there are some things that we were better able to do when you were more present. And there are things that we do better when I am more present. So, try and put those things together, though, would there not be as many disadvantages as advantages?
Well, I can't say for certain, but I have an idea. I think that you can call.
And if we are in one, yeah, go ahead.
If you can call on my power and kind of bring it closer to the surface, I can lend you power temporarily, and then every time you do this, I think it can get.
This afternoon? No.
Every time you do this, I think I'll get closer to you, and then eventually you will have permanent access to this power that's locked away from you. And mechanically, Kimber, you Excavo understands this to mean this specifically. What is being offered is if Excavo ever spends a temporary willpower point for the rest of that scene, she will have access to discipline powers as if she has 2 more dots in that discipline than what she actually has. So for 1 willpower for the rest of the scene, instead of having access to like levels 1 through 3 of Auspex or Dominator, Obfuscate, she'll have access to up to level 5. And since you picked up Auspex 4, you'd have access to Auspex 6, which is something.
Is that astral projection? What is that?
Psychic projection is 5. 6 is, I think, a collection of elder level powers. So it's not even just like one thing. I think it's a few things in this system. But part of the mechanics is when you do this, you will roll willpower to try to bring this temporary thing closer to the surface. And the way we'll work it out, like the progress chart would be, you have how many willpower points? You have 6 willpower points. Every success will be changing 1 willpower point from one that's an exclusively Excavo willpower point to a shared one. And then once all of the willpower points are like combined between these 2 entities, there would be a permanent effect to all this. That is the thing being proposed by this voice.
Is this just for disciplines?
Wants more goodies?
Is it attributes, like 2 dots where?
Disciplines was what I had in mind for it.
Okay. So spend a willpower, and then for that scene, I can have up to 2 dots in a discipline for that scene.
And this would be not only activating powers, but this would be you trying to draw this temporary thing up to a permanent state. Those are the 2 things you're doing at the same time by invoking these powers.
So, what's the bad part?
The bad part is...
Is there a drawback to this?
I mean, the drawback is you don't fully know what this is. Being a Malkavian, you're not a stranger to not being certain what is real, what is in your head versus like the influence of someone else. And it would be...
Is this going to make me go insane?
I mean, you're all
insane. Yeah, I was about to say.
It kind of comes down to like how Excavo has come to, like, what her relationship is with her Malkavian brain, and just living amongst not only everything crazy happening in her own head, but like around all these other Malkavians that have their own like crazy influence on her. And the Malkavian relationship with like mental illness and hearing voices and stuff is very complicated. Some people really try to deny it. Some people really try to embrace it. Some people are like skeptical and methodical and like very scientific about like, how do I suss out what the truth is and what's good or bad. So there are a bunch of different interpretations that Excavo could have of this. I'd say that like she's probably heard voices before. She's had oracular visions. There's certainly voices as part of that. This is kind of different. She hasn't had an open dialogue with the Avoxe personality before. It's really been like a really rare like light switch, like she's one or the other, and there hasn't been like a meeting of the two voices. So the nature of what is happening right now is not one that's familiar to her. This is weird new territory.
And like as a Malkavian, this doesn't seem like the typical. Usually the two personalities are pretty separate. They might interact a little bit.
It's hard to say what happens in anyone else's head, but you know that like this has not happened in your head before.
Yeah. Okay. So if I were to do this to invoke this new ability, would we be in communication with each other like this? If I were to spend the willpower and like do the thing, would Avoxe and I be like conversing in my head?
I'll answer that as if you in your dream asked this other voice, and the voice replies, I don't know. I hope so. But I've only been able to talk to you when you're asleep, so I don't know what else is possible. But I feel like we're not supposed to be separate. We're supposed to be just, one badass. And you've kind of been cheated out of the power that I have.
I will say, if two of us are in one body, who's to stop you from taking me over? And just, that's it.
Well,
do you want to be co-op like on a team or?
Well, Excavo, the question doesn't make sense to me because I think I am you. Like, I'm just a part of you that has somehow been cut off and just needs to be reintegrated.
Okay. Yes, I think this is desirable to me. I think because I have been you before and I know what you can do, I think having us work together, as you're claiming here, would be a good idea and would help me on my desired path. Let's do it.
I think you're on a path to people recognizing who you really are.
Yeah.
And the respect and authority that you deserve. And I think at the end of this path, you'll be able to fly.
Like, not for real. You're like, for real? Like, no.
And the ground gives way under your feet and you slip through it and you feel a bunch of superficial little cuts on your skin as you go through the mirrors and you land hard on your bed and wake up.
Incidentally,
you could have made a softer landing this time. I talked to you.
Level 6 Auspex is a choice between 3 different options. You could use Clairvoyance, which lets you like snoop in on any distant area that you want in your immediate. I'm just trying to look at distance. Yeah, no, you can just like literally, you can just look in if you win your rolls. You get to like peek into a place. without using astral projection, which is harder to do. So you can just like see what's going on. You get Rooter's hand without having to have a hand. It's pretty wild.
Do I have to have been there before?
I really don't think so.
I think it's
Just
you
wherever?
aim it at a target.
Target. So I aim it at a building.
A familiar person, place, or object.
So I had.
So you have to have
before.
something, some kind of anchor, but it doesn't have to be a person. It could be a thing. So you could like leave an object somewhere and then spy on it. So that's one. The other one is prediction, which you can use to get advantage in social situations. Like it's a way to see kind of slightly into the future, and the mechanics of it are that you know exactly what someone is going to say, and so you can essentially win any argument or dominate any conversation that you want because you can anticipate exactly what they're thinking and going to do. And the other one is telepathic communication, where you can, a willing participant, you can have a walkie-talkie into their brain at
like
distance.
the Bene Gesserit over here.
Exactly.
Which I think is how telepathy used to work, and they kind of nerfed it and turned it into like being able to talk to people with telepathy is now an elder power, which is...
It's fair. It was so overpowered for its investment, and we used it to our advantage. So I get it. So there you go. I looked it up so you don't have to.
Great.
All right, that's a lot to
Thank
think
you.
about.
Okay.
Well, Archibald wakes up. No weird dream, but you wake up contemplating where you found yourself in your unlife, how you've been kidnapped, you're stuck in this city, you are charged with vaguely solving all of the visible problems in the city, or else you and your cohorts will be executed, probably. Also charged with writing a journal of a log of the things happening in the city. And now there's the Horsemen of the Apocalypse, two of which seem to still be on the loose with the intention to basically end the world for vampires. And more than anyone else, you are now kind of the central person standing in the way of all of vampires being wiped out by this evil plot, with Father Francisco Palladian being still out of commission and now at being hidden in Club Wonderland, but clearly unable to like lead the charge and fight anymore. Somehow, out of all the people in the world, it's Professor Archibald Alvins who the spotlight is on to try to save everyone. And this is while you are still kind of processing the trauma of, you've been in a bunch of fights, you were successful in most of them, but you got put into torpor and almost killed kind of recently. And the idea of waging battle, part of you feels very ready to do it, and part of you still feels like, especially with the weight of the responsibility of leadership on you, it wouldn't be that hard for someone to take you out. And if that happens, does the world end? And you start to feel the pangs of that derangement that you develop that makes it very difficult for you to make decisions on behalf of other people or order people to do things. That feels like a vulnerability when you think about it. Like, part of you is very settled into like, yes, I'm the prince, everyone looks to me for decisions. And another part of you is like, me trying to impose my will on someone else opens up vulnerability, because if they resist it and they want to fight me, will I be able to fight back? Will I survive that? So it's still making you really hesitant to do anything other than like either hang back or like work cooperatively with people.
Absolutely.
And as you lie awake in your bed, seeing the last little bits of twilight dip down below the horizon as the sun sets. You hear Jade say, all right, who are you really? From the other room, Darby wakes up with a katana drawn across his neck. Jade is standing there, and she repeats the question, who are you?
Yeah, oh shit. Yeah. Okay. All right. Chill. It's me, Darby, and hang on. And I know I look different. Let me explain how this happened. It was really fucked up. And well, okay. I'll go real slow. So you got to believe the Tremere were involved, because those guys, you can't predict what they are capable of. And so the dude who looked like this was locked up in their basement, and I died trying to save the city. Darby, the much better looking, swarthy, sexy, dreamy. Yeah, the old body that I had is gone now, and some weird blood magic combined with the heinous shit surrounding that body, they put me into this one. And the fact that I'm back means that I've got a job that I've got to do. There's a reason that I get another chance, and I have to save this city. I saved you first. Now you can help us. They are trying to destroy the whole fucking world, Jade. And nobody wants to help me solve this problem. Seemed like Palladian got it, so they tried to kill him. He ain't gonna help now. So I need your help. She
lifts
do.
her sword a little bit and says, who?
Who killed Palladian? What part did she...
who you're referring to, like they are trying to destroy the world?
It's the honest-to-God horsemen of the apocalypse. We've killed 2 of them already. I mean, they're real. Okay. It's a little stereotypical. I get it. But, like, honest-to-God death. We were down. He had a big alligator. It was dead. But, like, I wrestled it for a bit and then, re-killed it. I don't know how you kill something that's dead. Anyway, and then he was like a skeleton man. And we killed him. And then he explains.
Don't forget the mushroom man, the fun guy.
Yeah, and there was the mushroom man as well. Who said that? Anyway, she explains. Who was it? Famine that we had killed.
Pestilence.
The first time around. Pestilence, sure. Maybe Darby. No, Famine. We know is still out there, causing trouble. And so, yeah, Darby goes on to run down the list of problems that is so vexing Blake. He tells Jade about the wasting disease where the vampires can't feed. He tells Jade, like, really all the mini quests that we've gone on. He tells her about all the missing people, about the guy that disappeared from the encampment. Tells her about the massacre, the prospectors, everything that has happened up until this point. Gets the full Darby exposition, and he is not like moderating it where he should. He's just like telling the news, but it sounds ridiculous. Obviously, like the stuff that they have done. And then we bought a gun store. And then and he's just like saying all this stuff like in order. And then he starts explaining his experimenting in the city about the trebuchemi, the mimes, like literally all of it. And I mean, I imagine it takes like an hour. And Darby's like exhausted at the end. He's just like, and that's it. That is everything. I I swear I told you the whole. Oh fuck! All right, I killed a bear. I killed a bear that people seem to really like, and everyone is mad. I didn't talk about that because I was kind of embarrassed about it. Yeah, Mama Bear. It was Mama Bear from the zoo. Yeah, I know. It attacked us. It was all riled up. I think some Brujah were involved. I can't confirm that, but it came at me.
Is that why I've been seeing a bear cub around here?
Oh yeah, that's my bear. That's my friend's bear cub. He's like part of the crew at this point.
Did Mama attack you because you tried stealing her cub?
No, it happened in the opposite order, I'm pretty sure. The cub was orphaned, and so we took it with us so that it wasn't abandoned and died in the woods.
How did it get orphaned?
We've been over that part. We covered that part. I was attacked, aggressed by this bear, and I had to defend myself, and I did, aggressively.
Jade drops her sword, and she drops to her knees beside your bed and says, I had no idea that it would be like this. I thought that it would be easy, that I would live here with Randy and that people would bring us blood and we would just party all the time. I didn't know there were bad vampires that want to kill us. I didn't know that there were people trying to kill all vampires. I mean, I knew that there's like the church, there were vampire hunters, but like I thought we always had the upper hand and that we didn't have to worry about that. I didn't know it would be this hard to get blood. I thought that I would never have to worry about dying again. But Darby, and this is the first time that she seems to really honestly acknowledge you as Darby. She says, Darby, I'm so much more scared of dying now. Before, when I was alive, if I died, it would be sad. Like, I was kind of scared of that because I'd lose like 60 years of potential life, 80. Now, if I die, I'd lose hundreds, maybe thousands of years of potential life. I thought that by turning into a vampire, I'd never have to worry about dying, but now I do, and it would be so much worse if I died. Darby, I don't know. I'm so scared of dying like this, and I'm so scared of living like this. I don't know what to do. How do you do it? What do I do?
Think about it like this. You got more to fight for than ever. You got more days out in front of you to defend, to improve, to save than you've ever had. The stakes couldn't be higher. So anything you fix, anything you help me bring right, is right forever. Is right. So let's build that safety. You want to feel safe? We got to fight for it. We got to earn it. And until my job is done, it's the only thing I can focus on. I have to. They can't do it without me. I'm the only one. It has to be me.
Go ahead and give me a charisma plus empathy roll. And you can use your specialization of gaining allies, because that's kind of what you're doing here.
Shit. I don't know. That one doesn't come up very often. Charisma plus empathy, you said?
Yeah,
I think I have
6
one
dice.
empathy. Oh, two empathy
Imagine
dice.
why.
Look at me.
We're a pretty violent bunch.
Yeah, we need all the help we can get.
Yeah.
6d6. Standard difficulty?
Yeah. I see three successes, which is pretty good.
Ooh.
She sheathes her sword and she looks a little bit calmer, and she looks up at you and asks, "So am I fighting the horsemen of the apocalypse with you too now?"
You goddamn right. We got to get you kitted out, though.
Will we be safe once they're gone?
A whole hell of a lot safer than we are now. I'll tell you that. I'm the sheriff of this city, and I'm not going to rest till we're all safe.
And she sighs, and you see her body kind of shudder, and she chuckles a little bit in that weird like way that sometimes when people are processing like really heavy emotions, just like for no reason, they kind of laugh. And she shrugs and goes, "Okay, this is my life. You fought a zombie alligator?"
And yeah, Darby goes into more details, but as part of their like conversation, I assume this is like kind of fading out on the scene. Darby does like let her know what resources are available to her because of what we've done so far. Tells her about the gun store, tells her about the stockpile of weapons, about the resources that Augustyn would make available if we had a good reason to ask for them. And it's just like, we can fight this fight your way. You just got to tell me how. And that's the last thing he says.
And the conversation's gone on long enough that
a
everyone
movie
else has heard that this conversation is happening, and anyone else can step in and also speak to Jade.
She's just officially joined the party at this point, so the dialogue options have opened up between all of the characters in the camp.
Okay.
So she seems a little overwhelmed and like not ready to give advice or suggestions, but she starts asking, okay, so we've got the Brujah berry. You told me that the Nosferatu have come back. Like the ones that used to work for the old sheriff. There are weird mimes, and we don't know where they stand. And there's the biker gang that they have a bunch of people that we have to look out for.
At least one biker gang. I think there was some confusion about the roll. There's like a roller.
There's a roller derby
actual group of roller skaters that have the same name. Yeah. Okay. All right. But we don't actually know that. We've just terrorized them. That's dramatic irony for the audience only. I think we think there's only one group of holy rollers, and Darby.
Are the groups aware of each other?
Oh yeah, they're aware of each other.
Yes.
You were even told that like the two might be feuding in Club Wonderland.
Yeah.
There could be a fight, and you guys vandalized the roller skating rink where the
it was just Darby. Let's be clear.
Okay.
Darby went there by himself and
for the audience
ransacked it. But thinking that he was messing with like Brain Bucket and Zed and those guys, but he just wasn't at all.
But kind of to make sure that she is remembering everything that you info dumped on her, she's going over a list of like all the pieces on the board, including like Jeffrey Lamprey, the Tremere, the one gangrel that founded Camp Moonlight that is in torpor and buried at Camp Moonlight. You brought up the nerds at Nuker Tech and the weird stuff they were doing, and they had like built sort of a mech suit that they were fucking around with, and they had made a robot. And she's just like, okay, these are all the people we know who could maybe be useful. And she's just
Told her about the MKT.
MKT.
Darby probably would have started with that. And he's just like, I get to drive so fast now.
She's like, that's nuts. And you had to go in and give them access so the nuclear reactor didn't like maybe blow up. That's crazy. That's this. All this is so crazy.
In like 6 days. Can you believe it?
And she says, well, it sounds like you could put together a small army if you needed to. Hopefully you don't need to.
Where would we even point it? Our enemies are in the wind. We know a couple of places that they congregate, but we don't know the big locale.
So the two of you go into the living room of Darby Manor, or whatever the central gathering place is. Feel free to fill in details like that if in your imagination it's clearer than it is in mine.
Yeah, which living room? There are multiple.
We're talking about the one with the mezzanine, or
they're actually all unliving rooms because
Oh.
God damn it.
hi-oh.
Wow.
So is Augustyn immediately hard at work trying to make a new Splinter Servant?
Yeah, thinking of, the fear of God's been putting me on those cannibals, so I want to make sure that, if my hand needs to do something, I've also got, a stake with it. Where is Advanced Roller? Let's see, 6. Occult 2+. Where the fuck is my occult? All right, so 6 dice. I assume standard difficulty, yeah?
Keep in mind
5 dice.
standard difficulty. You have a penalty to your rolls. However, let's double check what the mechanics are for your talisman, your magical shillelagh that gives you some bonuses. Where the fuck did I put that? How do I spell shillelagh?
It's so bizarre.
Shut lightly. Shut lightly.
well, if you're dealing
I had it
with
on this
the
thing.
Gaelic.
The merits and flaws.
How is it?
2 bonus
you
dice
get-
to all green path spells.
And 1, which this is not, but you get 1 bonus die for any ritual rolls. So that cancels out your nightmare penalty.
Your penalty. Oh, you get all 6. Look at you.
Yeah.
Hell
So,
yeah, let's
so
go.
yeah.
Alrighty. Rolling. Pretty good.
That is 3 successes. So it's 12 hours minus 3 makes 9 hours you have to spend on it. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, everyone gathers in the living room. You see that Augustyn is. Let's say you've set up kind of a ritual location in your room. People can see that like you seem to be occupied with something and you're available, but hard at work on something. What does
The main living room is called the Darboretum. Thank you. Thank you.
I love the Darburrito. That's very
Thank you very
good.
much. Thank you.
imagining Darby trees in it? What that would look
Yeah.
like?
The whole, yep.
So Jade looks around, looks at Excavo and Archibald and Darby, and just goes like, so what do we do? I'm still a little hungry. I could eat.
Oh my God! I saw Darby's just like, yes, right now. I gotta go. I am
I think we do that first. Yeah.
And she notices that now that you're like fully up and walking around, you're a little shaky, and you look kind of like you're doing a Kramer impression. just a little bit.
I'm this guy. I'm the aliens.
And she's like, "Whoa, that's you good?"
Yeah, I got real messed up, and I had a bad time feeding last night, and I gotta get a snack, like stat. And boy, I don't. This is the hungriest I've ever been. So
Let's see. Which part of town has both meth heads?
big
and
guys, big meth
guy?
heads. It's a shame that the
the bikers.
biker gang are on lookout for Darby, because I think he's going to have trouble preying upon that particular clientele. So it's early evening. We need large men and meth heads.
Let's just raid the biker gang now because we hungry.
Well, we could feed on vampires, I guess, but that's extra risky, and then you get a blood bond that you don't want.
Don't they have some members that aren't vampires, or are they all vampires?
The impression you've got,
most of whom we've met,
is there's like an inner circle of vampires and a much larger following of mortals that are trying to get into the club, and maybe don't even fully understand that like getting fully into the club means becoming a vampire.
I think that was my impression. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have a great idea, but I'm happy to bid some traits and try to feed.
Yeah, you could just make it a simple like, I'm going out and driving around until my spidey sense tingles and I notice an applicable vessel.
I think Darby would be excited to show Jade like some of the new cars that they've accumulated since she went out. So whatever the fanciest and most fun to drive is, let me see what we've got. I think you're maintaining an owned car list. I think we got like a Maserati or something from the CTU guys, and the Aston Martin. Yeah, it's a coupe, so only 2-seater. It's not very convenient most of the time. So me and Jade will take the Aston Martin out on the town and prowl.
Yeah, and as you're driving, she's impressed that now there's a collection of nice cars. She tells you a little bit more about herself, some more personal details that you didn't know before, that her father ran a car mechanic shop, Greg DeWitt. It still exists in town, though when her father died, she and her mother didn't, there wasn't anyone working at the shop that could really keep managing it, and they didn't feel like they could manage it, so they just shuttered it. And they still own the property, but it's not running. But it is right next to the Chinese restaurant where her mother, Chunwei Zong, still lives, or she still co-manages that with her uncle. She's not really close with her mother. They don't talk a whole bunch. Occasionally they exchange text messages, and she doesn't know how to approach the fact that she is turned into a vampire, and at some point her relationship with her mother is going to have to end. So that's discouraging her even more from like trying to reach out and have a relationship with her mother, because it seems like kind of doomed. It's not really on her mind. She's not dwelling on it, but she brings it up when she mentions like why she also has a fondness for cars. She grew up relating a lot more to her father, who was a car guy. Her father would help her like learn how to work on cars, got her first car as like an old beat up car, helped her restore it together. It was a really significant bonding moment. And she kind of anticipated that she would work for her father in his mechanic shop up until he died a few years ago of a heart attack unexpectedly. And to her, it seems kind of meaningful that she's now bonding with you, and you also seem to be a car person. This is a pretty
Yeah,
big
and
deal
Darby
for her.
shares the details of his car background while they're driving around. Shares like the curriculum that he's working on for his community college course about auto mechanics. We haven't had a chance to talk about that in quite some time, but that is still something that Darby is working on to teach some night classes at the community college, and he promises to show Jade his El Camino that he's been souping up and working on, as well as his drivable race car bed, I believe, was another of the projects that we had in flight.
What I wrote down was we should roll for this to see what progress you make. 1 roll per night, 20 successes gets it barely drivable. Additional successes gets it closer to being a real car. And you would roll, and however many successes you have, you would add that to.
Oh, well, can you add that to my wake up routine? Because I totally would have forgot to do that. And we can do that today too. But yeah, he tells him about his automotive projects and is just like, so I guess your sire's a car guy too. Now check it out. That's our garage. So if you want to work on any of my projects, you just got to let me know. But it sounds like you've got the background, so you're more than welcome to any of my tools or supplies that I got set up out there. Do you have a car, Jade?
She seems kind
of... If not, you can take your pick out of any of that we've got set up. Especially these smaller ones. We got too many people to take them very often.
She seems a little lost in thought, and she, after a moment, kind of shakes her head and goes, no, I just I use Lyft. Do you ever get scared, Darby? Of who's out there?
Darby thinks about this for a minute and is just like, I can't afford to. Not anymore. I used to. But now, I just have all this purpose. And if I have this great thing that I have to do, that I'm being compelled to do, ordained by God, then how could I be afraid? I've got some greater purpose. So no, I'm not scared.
Is this one of the first times my character would have heard Darby be religious?
I don't think you're around. We're in the car,
no,
the two-seater.
Not around.
So, but yeah, I mean, Darby fully believes that he is ordained by, I mean, not like the religious God necessarily, but I can't remember exactly the nature of his delusion, but he believes fate, the world, he has some greater purpose. Yes. Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the sky has told me that I have a greater purpose to fulfill.
There's that ministry song, Jesus Built My Hot Rod, that feels like it's relevant here.
What?
That's in our hymnal.
Hell yeah.
It's some Indiana Christian right there.
Well, let's wrap up the feeding.
Sure.
Let's say is this something that you are comfortable taking your time on, and this is just kind of
yeah, Darby is intending to waste the day, quote unquote. Like I don't want to accomplish anything other than what I'm doing, like welcoming Jade into the party, helping her get her nutritional needs taken care of, and topping up my blood. So like if I have to spend hours and hours driving around feeding until I can get 20 blood points, like I will.
Well, how about this? Your intention is to not kill anyone, just to take 3 blood points from everyone. Let's do a roll that represents what your general strategy is, and the number of successes is the number of people in the night that you manage to. I'm going to say it's 1 plus the number of successes is how many people you manage to feed from. Because I think if you're spending a whole bunch of time, it's we got to give 1 to you. It's fair enough.
Great. I'm trying to use like my easiest paths. So I'm gonna say, let's say, is there a way that I can leverage my driving ability?
I was just thinking that.
I have a lot of dots in drive. So can I, like, say I'm casing a neighborhood so efficiently because I know all the best routes where the meth heads hang out. So I was thinking wits plus drive to get my most dots. Because I don't want to be physically roughing people up in front of Jade. Like, I'm really trying to.
Oh, you're
trying
thinking
to
like
do this. Yeah, I'm thinking of using wits or charisma as my base stat strategy, not strength. Even though I'd get more dots at that.
Well, you could definitely do something like roll up in a neighborhood and like try to get someone to come close enough to your window to like grab them by the neck and feed from them. That I think would be wits plus drive. Sure.
There you go. I've never contemplated like being an automotive wolf spider that's just like snatching people as they get close enough to my window. I actually kind of love that. And sure, yeah, I'm trying to poach people off the street. I'm driving around secluded areas. I'm grabbing, drug addicts.
Well, let's say
the unhoused.
Eight dice, and you can use your specialization of high speed cars and obscure cars if you're trying to get people's attention with like showy.
Oh, that sounds fun. I'd be trying to impress Jade anyway, so I kind of like that. Like Darby's doing donuts and shit, trying to get people's attention. And hey, look at my sweet car and what it can do. All right, rolling now.
I see. 3, 4.
It's like 4
successes.
to me.
Yeah, 4 successes. So for those first 2, there's going to be a frenzy check because you're going to be hungry for the first 2.
Sure, no doubt.
And that is going to be standard difficulty self-control. You have 2 dice.
Well, so let me ask you this. If is it the same? Am I rolling 2 times? I'm trying to think about burning a temporary willpower point. Does it count for the whole scene that I've maintained control? Are we switching scenes between victims? Like, I don't want to freak out in front of Jade, and with 2 dice, I'm afraid that I will, and so I will burn a willpower point.
It's spending a willpower point to gain an automatic success is described as being for a single action.
Okay.
So
it would take 2 temporary willpower points to succeed on both of them.
Correct. And it's not said explicitly in the rules that you can do this for like virtue rolls, but it makes
for
sense
self-control in particular, like willpower as the antithesis of self-control seems like it makes logical sense.
Okay. So you spend 2 willpower to guarantee that you are.
No, I'm gonna roll once. So I'm gonna spend willpower on the first one, and that'll get me up to what can I get safely? 3.
Yeah.
And then the second time, I am just gonna chance it.
Okay, 2 dice.
Augustyn, your video's wicked.
Yeah, Andy, look at you.
Oh yeah, it is.
Okay.
That's wild.
I think your cable
You're in the
is
Matrix.
either loose or it's damaged.
I got.
Make sure it's tight.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting worse. Hey, you got 1 success.
That's all we needed. Whew. Sheesh.
So you don't lose it. You got it gives you 6 blood points, and you had a total of 4. So that 6 goes up to 9, and then up to 12. So you're pretty good.
I thought you said I got dice roll successes plus 1.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that's 15.
15. Sweet. That's enough. That's good enough for government work.
What in the world is happening?
I don't know.
It's trippy.
You watch it works when he walks away.
So Jade
That's been fun.
also tops up. So going back to
It literally is working.
Archibald. Archibald, Augustyn is squirreled away in his room. Darby and Jade announce that they're going to go run off and feed. You could also feed. You're not hungry at this point. You don't have to. Do you have a sense of what you would do with a free evening just to yourself?
Yes, I do. When I woke up today, I felt a tremendous degree of pressure. We mentioned, like, I'm kind of the one person standing in the way of the world ending for all vampires everywhere. And I've tried everything. I've formed many committees. That hasn't worked. So I'm going to Club Wonderland and I'm getting fucked up tonight.
Okay.
That tracks. That is just a really human response to the feeling that Blake or that Archibald was experiencing.
Hey, it works.
Do you have a specific meaning for getting fucked up?
Well, my blood alcohol content is going to go up because I'm going to drink the blood alcohol the special sauce that we have there.
There is actually a mini game for getting drunk at Club Wonderland. Do you have the rules for that handy, Graham?
Oh, the kind of supernatural.
There's like a
vampire
drink
drinks
menu. Yeah.
Oh.
I didn't think that this would come up, but I do remember that we made mechanics for getting.
You didn't think we'd drink at the club?
Yeah, I don't know, not necessarily.
Well, actually, Excavo negotiated for Jeffrey Lamprey to have exclusive feeding rights in Club Wonderland as part of his deal to keep what he was aware of to himself regarding the group almost releasing a monster in downtown New Cammack.
Oopsie.
So it's a thing. You can violate that agreement. You can try to renegotiate that agreement, but at the moment, it's considered a.
Are there we don't have like the big store of cool like blood bags?
That is a thing that you were told that Prince Randy used to do. He used to have parties at what was then Delacroix Manor that it would be a bunch of like weirdo BDSM people who'd come for a party, and he would advertise it as like, oh, let's get everybody show up and get crazy and like have sex. And like, wouldn't it be crazy if a phlebotomist were here and we're actually like drawing your blood, and then you play with like some of it, and then secretly like the rest of it goes into a cooler somewhere. So that was his source of totally under the radar collecting a bunch of blood bags just to have on hand for when he didn't want to go out to hunt. That his collection had almost entirely dried up by the time you showed up. There might be like one or two. I'd roll like a D4 for how many blood bags are still in Darby Manor.
Okay, here's a question. Are any of us using what was once Randy Delacroix's room? Or is that somewhere else in the manor?
That hasn't really been established. There would be one especially well-appointed bedroom that you'd be aware of. Do you feel like any of you
basically established Darby's definitely not in it? I think that's the only thing we know for sure. Darby / Onion Jack we're not staying in the Delacroix suite.
I would like to visit the Delacroix suite, unless my room is already the Delacroix suite.
I feel like we would have deferred to you as the prince. I think it's very likely that you have that room.
Okay, in that case, I would like to open up the closet of my suite that has laid fairly untouched.
The closet. Unfortunately, when you arrived in the city, Randy was planning on moving overseas. He had packed up a lot of his stuff. A bunch of his stuff had already left. The closet is empty except for one kind of Hugh Hefner looking, like a somewhere like a cross between a smoking jacket and a robe. It's made with red velvet.
Yeah. This is exactly what I was hoping for, baby. I see it, and it is calling out to Archibald like the Green Goblin mask.
Give me just roll 1d10 to see how well it fits you. A 10
Also,
would be it
point out-
fits you perfectly.
I rolled a 10 on the wizard hat. Good luck. Also, me and Graham used to wear robes just like that to go shop at Walmart in 2003, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, we did. Oh, yeah, I still have the Playboy robes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's been so long since I've used
You do
Roll20.
/roll.
What is the code?
/roll and then
okay.
space 1d10.
Oh my god, my Roll20 is going so slow today.
It's just building dramatic effect.
The suspense. Yeah.
Hey, it all
it's killing
comes
me.
down to this 1d10.
You will
Let's
frenzy
go.
if it doesn't fit you. Hey, there's a 6. So
I got a success.
It fits fine.
Kind
it
of.
fits
Okay.
It fits okay. It's a little big on you, but it has a belt that you can kind of cinch. It looks okay. No one would call it out as
it's like a fucking magical girl Sailor Moon transformation. As I put it on, it's almost like it's like putting me on.
you feel something in the pocket of it.
Oh yeah, what
Oh.
do I feel? What's down there?
You reach down and you pull out a surprisingly large, hefty, kind of Sherlock Holmes looking pipe.
Oh yeah, I knew it, baby.
And there's still
I was
little
expecting a
bit-
rubber.
What is it? Is it loaded or is it just the pipe?
It is loaded, and it smells sticky icky in there.
Oh, it's marijuana pot. Oh my god. Let's blaze
dear.
it up. Can vampires get high?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They don't have to breathe if they don't want to, but they can.
They can. Okay.
Like, oh, they can.
You might be more resistant to it than a normal human, but like if you breathe in, that intoxicants go into your blood and it has an effect on you.
Okay.
As someone that drinks meth blood exclusively, allow me to assure you, we can get high, my friend.
True. Archibald has never smoked weed before. What do I have to roll to smoke this pipe?
Oh, this is so interesting.
To not
Like,
fail.
just the mechanics of it. It's got to be streetwise. Dexterity plus streetwise?
Streetwise kind of sounds right. Dexterity plus streetwise.
One point of streetwise. What's my
That's not
three
bad.
of dexterity? 4d10.
Like your chances.
I wonder what a critical failure of trying to.
Honestly, that's entertainment too. Either way, I don't care what happens here. I'm just excited.
Critical failure is you set fire to the robe.
Darby Manor.
Darby Manor.
It looks like one success.
One success.
I get a little high.
You fumble
Well, I mean-
with it, but you figure out how the pipe works, and you put some work into it, and you manage to get high. because of your slightly altered perception of time, you have for, let's say, another couple hours, or whatever. I don't know how long people normally are under the effects of marijuana. I feel like my personal experiences are not typical, so I don't know what is typical. But for a while,
no comment.
Yeah. For a while, you have a 1 die reduction to your perception dice pools, but difficulties to resist frenzy are decreased by 1 because you're chill. Oh, and it does say the effects last for about half an hour. So okay, a lot of drug effects are like there's a bad part and there's a maybe good part, so like weigh them against each other.
Meth actually gives you a combat
advantage. Can I check to see if there were any of those blood bags left in the manor?
I'm going to actually roll in front of the board a D4 for that. And it says that there were 4 blood bags, each worth 1 blood point.
I would
roll a D5 because there could have been 0 blood bags. They got lucky.
I would like to grab 1, and I would like to go into the kitchen for one more thing in my preparations for party time tonight.
He's got a pipe. He's got a bag of blood. What's next?
I am checking the cupboard for 1 sippy cup. Am I misremembering? Didn't we first meet Randy Delacroix and he was like wine drunk off a sippy cup?
That sounds very plausible.
Yeah, because
I do not remember.
That I think
he was wine
correct,
drunk for sure.
Because he didn't want it to be visible that he was just drinking blood in the middle of a nightclub.
Yes.
Yes.
So I am filling the sippy cup up from the blood bag, and I am heading through the tunnel to Club Wonderland, just wearing its dead owner's clothes. And
have you considered how Jade would react to you presenting in this fashion?
I am so for the first time in this campaign, I have lost hope. No one will play chess with me. No one will listen to me. The world's gonna end. It's all fucked. And I am just trying to feel myself in this Chili's tonight.
Get this man some riblets.
Well, you travel through the secret tunnel from Darby Manor to Club Wonderland, which I had forgotten existed. And you emerge in the basement of Club Wonderland. You see all the familiar sights, including the dramatic conference room where you first had your encounter with the Archon glass. And all of the weapons that are still left on the wall that had not yet been pilfered by your group. And you see in that conference room is Donna Teller and Francisco Palladian, who is asleep on a cot on the floor. It looks like the staff who were instructed to give them anything they need, make them comfortable, had set them up in the conference room, and that's just kind of where they're chilling now. It is it's a little it's the beginning of the night, but they seem to have settled down. Palladian seems to be asleep. Donna is reading a book, and when you emerge into the basement, they don't immediately notice you. You have the option to talk to them if you want, or just head straight upstairs.
Yo, Donna, Daddy, what's up?
She looks up,
and I presume he reeks, like he just smells like a skunk.
Yeah. This is baby's first weed.
She looks up and she looks a little surprised, and she puts her book down and she walks out of the conference room like so as not to disturb Palladian. She goes, "Oh yeah, hi. I'm sorry, I don't remember which one you were. What was your name?"
I'm Professor Alvins, but all my friends call me Archie.
Professor Al, is that like a stage name, or are you like a rapper? I'm not familiar with.
A rapper.
Are you part of what's going on upstairs? Because there's the
geologist.
whole and you can overhear that it is karaoke night, but it is being emceed by Dr. Rock of Dr. Rock and the geology department.
Yeah, good. No, I'm like a whole professor. They let me teach kids. It's wild.
Oh, that's cool. So, yeah, how are things? Are we good? We're laying low here, and we're just gonna stay here because it's safe here, right?
Oh yeah, safest place in the city. We got gargoyles. I throw my arm around Donna. I say, Catholics are into wine, right? Let's get fucked up, you and me, Donna. I look in her eyes. Donna, I love you.
You can feel that she is tense but conflicted. And because as you approached and as you started talking to her, there was a bit of like tension already before you like creeped on her. And that was come from like there are people after her. There are people who like almost killed her and Palladian, but she knows that she's with you. She's at Club Wonderland. She's with an ally who's helping her. You are a source of like comfort and security in this like really fraught time for her. And also you're doing this. So she goes, "Yeah, wine. Yeah, I'm good with like a nice Pinot, I guess." And she looks back at Palladian, who seems fine and secure and comfortable where he is.
I can give you a Pinot, baby.
And she has this look on her face where like she's extending you the benefit of the doubt, and she's like
I'm
a
going
recommendation
to the bar to get a glass of Pinot immediately. A Pinot Giorgio.
And she is under the impression she should follow you up there. So you both go up to the ground floor of Club Wonderland, and you see who's now a familiar sight, Dr. Rock up on stage. And he goes, "Hey, welcome everybody once again to karaoke night at Club Wonderland. I am Dr. Rock of Dr. Rock in the geology department. Up next, we've got Brenda doing Jolene by Dolly Parton. Up next, someone's doing that Pink Pony Club song that this is the third request of the night. And come to think of it, it is actually
not even out yet. Not even close. Song doesn't exist for 5 years.
Not exist. You're right.
Never mind. Let's I don't know what I'm saying. And
Jolene's been out for some time. You should have stuck with that one. Should have quit while you were ahead with Jolene.
What was the hot song of 2020?
Man, I did.
All the celebrities singing Imagine.
Dua Lipa.
Despacito.
So that's way older.
I can't think that far back.
Let's see top songs of 2020.
So
it's early 2020. It's like
It's early 2020.
April.
Yeah.
Please do continue looking that up. But you go to the bar and you see Marcia, the real bar manager, is there working the bar. Looks a little surprised and delighted to see you, one of the co-owners there. And but doesn't have anything, and she just seemed to be panicking. It's karaoke night. It's kind of a slower night. And she's like, "Oh, hey, what can I get you?"
Yo, one Pinot for my friend here, and I'll have Cabernet Sauvignon.
Okay. And she gets a glass of each, and she passes them to you, and you can see she's kind of conflicted. She doesn't quite know. She doesn't know you all that well. She doesn't know what the social rules are here. She doesn't know if you're intending to pay, but she jumps out ahead of that, and she's like, "Here you go. You're welcome. It can be on the house if you want to toss some money, into the register at the end of that. You're welcome to, but." Kind of trying to prevent any weirdness or conflict with this new co-owner that she doesn't know if you feel entitled to this stuff or not.
What's her name again?
Marcia.
Gonna level with you, Marsh. Money's not even real, man. And then I walk away. I'm gone.
The last thing you see from her is a very worried look on her face. All right. So following that, you and Donna have she starts to kind of relax and she enjoys herself. What do you do with your glass of wine?
I did not have Archibald on a date with Donatella on my bingo card. I did not expect this to happen, and I am delighted.
I go through like the most fucked up, arduous process of like we're at some like corner little booth.
You still have your sippy cup, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to like unscrew my sippy cup and like setting that there. And then like I quickly realize like I can't pour them into each other. So I'm just like, watch this for 1 second. And I like go get another cup. I just walk behind the bar and grab one, much to Marsha's dismay. I come back and then I'm like trying to combine them. And
you
then
have 3 cups
for some reason, pouring them back into the sippy cup.
Have you ever seen Neil Hamburger?
That again. And they're like child safe, and right now I basically cannot figure it out. So I'm just struggling.
How long does Donna watch him
do
this before she helps him?
Donna is distracted by what's happening on stage. She's not keeping an eye on Archibald.
She's a big rockhead. I get that.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're intending to mix the wine into the blood.
And the blood so I can drink it effectively and get fucked up.
Okay, you do that kind of carefully. If the ratio gets too, like, if the blood gets too diluted, it becomes something that you can't really keep down. So, like, you figure it out. You end up with, like, some extra wine that you can't really drink because you don't have enough blood there. But, like, you get a decent buzz on.
Hell yeah.
What are the alcohol penalties?
I'm gonna say for one glass of wine, it's not enough to really penalize him.
No mechanical implications.
Not at the moment.
I'm getting Pinolized.
I hated that.
God damn it!
I hated that.
It doesn't even make sense because I ordered a Cabernet Sauvignon anyway.
Now I hate it even more.
Well, quick question, Steve. Did you say that do you have a hard out in like 8 minutes? Is that right?
I do. We should probably do. I mean, let's figure out what Andy did today because I feel like he was a really good sport while everybody else did their thing.
Andy got.
Or no, we knew his Splinter Servant. Okay, yeah.
He got.
Well, did you do the rolls?
Yep.
Oh, sick. All right, well, let's do my rolls for car mechanic stuff, and then we can be done.
Yes. Give me I think it's mechanics plus intelligence. Makes sense to me.
Technology.
Sorry.
That's where my machines
expertise
for cars is at. Okay, so 4 plus 2
with a specialization.
Another 6d10. Come on, Darby needs another car so bad. Oh, look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Not bad.
Dope.
What's my aggregate?
It's a total of 5.
Oh, this is my first time going for it.
Yep. This is you began the project, and this is you have
my
5
first
total.
day where I can add to it. All right.
Yeah. What we can do real quick is if I wanted to give Excavo a chance to describe how she what she is doing with her night. That doesn't have to hold up Steve getting out of here. Experience points, let's see.
I mean, my dinner reservation's at 6:30. Like we can settle up here. It's like a 20-minute drive. I'm not in panic mode. We can finish.
Well, you now have a total of 9 experience points on your way to saving up for 25, so you can get fortitude level 6.
It's gonna be so fucking cool. Can't wait.
Yeah, if you don't have any like experience expenditures, then we can say that concludes things for Darby.
Oh,
and then
sweet.
we can pass it back to Kimber. And what would Excavo do with a free night? She can do karaoke.
When is the last time we had a free night? Like, I feel like this has been a long time.
It was a few days ago, or nights.
Like, but also 2023.
So I have all of those little cameras, and I think I would plot out where to put them, what would be most advantageous.
Oh,
I would be on the
forgot about
computer. I would also look back into the cart thingy that I can control, the aircraft thing.
The stank wing.
The stank wing. I would look back into the stank wing.
Let me see. So you now have access from, let's say, like any computer that you have like full control over, like your own personal laptop. You now have access to the experimental projects, like data repository for Avon Stank and Stank Industries, the experimental projects. Those included the hot air baboon, something called Project Mobius, the Stank Loop, which is what he wanted to call what we call the MKT.
The MKT.
And the Stank Wing. The Stank Wing directory, just a reminder, has electronic schematics for some inscrutable mechanical device and test results for solar panels and the charging times for various battery designs. It's not clear what the device is, as all the documentation is broken up into small parts, such as a motor, a motion sensor, an interface with a satellite internet system, etc., with nothing explaining what all the parts join together to form. There is, however, a shortcut that you see to an internet interface, like a web page, basically, at a very obscure URL, that is a set of controls for this craft. It shows you like a satellite view of the Earth and where the location of the Stank Wing is. Right now, it is at an unnamed spot in the desert in New Mexico, near a few aircraft runways in a hangar. But
was this where it was the last time I looked into this?
Yep, it's exactly where it was. No, hasn't moved.
Okay.
And all the controls to like move it to a specific location or to like manually pilot it around. It doesn't show you like a camera. Like it doesn't show. It shows you where it is, but not what it's seeing or what its surroundings are.
Mm-hmm. I would guide it to be in New Cammack. I wouldn't land it on Darby Manor. I feel like there's a lot of heat on us. I may consider guiding it over to the gun store. I'm trying to think of where it would be less like something we own but isn't like, oh yeah, come to our house.
Okay, you can do that. You plug it in and like the roof of the gun store, something like that.
Yeah.
So let me do some quick math. It can accelerate to 15 miles an hour.
Oh,
Roughly.
how high up?
There doesn't appear to be any like specific limit to how high it can be.
Oh, okay.
Let me fire up a calculator.
Yeah, so this would be after I'm like, okay, these are where the cameras are going to go. Good there. Next thing, I mess with these experimental projects.
So let's say it's roughly 1,200 miles between New Mexico and Indiana. That's what it looks like.
Okay. New Mexico. Okay.
15 miles an hour. It's going to take 80 hours to get to New Cammack, which
multiple days.
3 1/3 days. So it will arrive in a little over 3 days.
And do I just like set it and it just is on that course?
Yeah, you just say like go here and it's like okay, and it
so it's going so high and so far. I've not communicated with the FAA. It might get shot down. Or the military, something flying overhead like that.
How high is it up?
I don't know.
That's something you can control. It tells you the altitude.
You didn't specify. So the FAA
Do I
isn't
know?
going to
Like
get involved.
FAA regulations keep it under this height so it's not on.
Well, this is kind of before
satellite.
the drone regulations, so it was sort of Wild West in 2020. So as long as it didn't get that high,
you're right.
You could get away with quite a bit before the FAA would get involved.
No, so then fuck it. It's it's coming our way. And there's no onboard camera.
Stankwing like, Ex Machina. We're going to be in the middle of a fight. And all of a sudden,
it's going to just...
Gandalf riding a Stankwing comes over the ledge.
In 3 days' time.
Yeah, okay. So it is on its way.
Great.
Where do you want to put those cameras? Do you have an idea?
Ooh, so location based.
Do you have there's a map of New Cammack in our notes, right?
Yeah, in Roll20, actually I will switch the map over to I'll switch Roll20 over to the map. There you go.
Okay. I don't know where I have cameras currently, but
you have through the hacked cameras through the Nosferatu like hacking system, you have access already to a set of cameras. I should be able to find that.
Oh, but Darby Manor. I don't think we have cameras on Darby Manor.
Yeah, it has its own security system, but I don't think you and your network have any kind of
I don't know.
Surveillance on it.
Oh, the camera feeds you already have access to through like cameras that were set up just by businesses, and then the Nosferatu hacked into them, and then you hacked into the Nosferatu system. Yeah, do you see the list of like the Ninja's office, the Pirate's office, Timeshare Condos Unlimited?
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay. So I think in my separate time, I'll want to mark these on a map and then get back to you on where they will go.
Sure. I'll put like a
Excavo would be
little.
very calculated.
I'll help you out, and I'll put on the map like a little camera icon representing all of the places where there already are cameras
Oh,
that
you
you have
don't have
access
to do that. You've done enough.
Well, some of the things in the list of cameras aren't. I think are not yet represented on the map, like where City Hall is and things like that. And also, I don't know if you can add stuff to the.
Oh no, I was just gonna do it on my end and then tell you what to do and tell you where they will go.
It'd be handy also for me. Oh, but yeah, any ones that you are placing, go ahead and you can let me know.
Okay, yeah, because I got a boatload of them.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm not gonna do that all right now.
Okay. Cool. Well, it sounds like that is that is the whole night. Quick question to Augustyn: is there anything else that you do at the very end of your night?
I gotta go, squad. See y'all.
Yep.
Good sesh.
Bye
bye.
So it took me 9 hours. Are we doing like 10-hour day or 10-hour nights, 12-hour nights? How?
Let me look that up. I figured that out when sunrise and sunset was. Sunset is about at 8:38. Sunrise is at about 6:42. So that's like 10 hours. So you would actually have like one more hour. Wow. So like in the summer, you have so much less awake time as a vampire. That's crazy.
It's true.
And in the winter, you have so much more.
I suppose as I'm able, or if I am able, I do attempt a quick feed. I'm not in like dire straits, so I don't need to like totally fill up. But 9 out of 15, like it'd be good to start working up there again.
Yeah, give me a strategy and an attribute plus ability combo for how you do this.
Okay, so the ritual for Splinter Cell requires a piece of wood a piece of wood from a tree that fed on the dead. So I would be spending some time at the graveyard. And, having previously spooked a group of ne'er-do-well witchy types and murdered one of them, would be looking in a similar area. I presume that word would have gotten around and maybe the person that died there is now haunting the graveyard, so it's double haunted. And I would try to find somebody there and either persuade them to water a plant with their blood, trying to convince them that it's a ritual that doesn't exist, or just good old-fashioned murder.
You go into the same cemetery. You don't see anyone in this cemetery at night. It's like a Wednesday night. It's pretty late. You like in the general vicinity, from the cemetery, you have visibility into like several blocks that surround it, and occasionally you see people just walking around. But tonight you don't see occultists in the cemetery.
Okay, yeah. So I will strike up. I will try to deceive a local walker into a darkened alley to just not a life-changing amount, but take 3 pips.
Okay. Let's go with manipulation plus ability does this? I think manipulation plus subterfuge with a specialization. That'll be 9 dice for you.
-1 for my penalty.
8 dice.
Got 8 dice. How do we do?
You're good. You're all set.
Big deceived. All right.
So
and in and out and on with our unlife.
That tops you up. If you just take 3, then you're at 12 of 15 blood points. Cool. And then circling back to Archibald, what are your general intentions for the remainder of your night?
Well, I think I'm about like 3 sips from just absolutely breaking down in front of Donna. But I'm just gonna see where this night goes. I'm gonna my goal is to be inebriated as possible.
So, your ability to get inebriated depends on your ability to get more blood. You only took 1 point of blood from the blood bag in the cooler in Randy's bedroom. You have the option to go back and just get more of that. Also, the only other option that doesn't involve breaking the agreement that Excavo made about Jeffrey having exclusive feeding rights in Club Wonderland is like going outside, finding someone, feeding from them, coming back inside, puking into a cup, and then putting booze into that same cup.
Yes,
which of these options does Archibald take?
I'll go with the funny one.
So, feeding from someone outside?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm going to say you get that. That brings you up to 10 of 13 blood points. And especially since at this point, like, you are drunk and high, it's going to have to be a roll to see how well you pull off surreptitiously drinking your own vomits in a nightclub. First off, set the scene for me.
Okay, so I basically like step out back to where all the smokers are hanging out. And I probably is going to find somebody like right around there, thinking in my mind, well, it's outside. Doesn't count. I lure them with my intellectual and very high wiles to step around a corner with me. I get them. And I'm imagining I'm not even like drinking, and so I'm just getting like a big heaping mouthful and then like going back and just
like keeping it in your mouth,
like that out into my cup, and then doing the whole process over again.
Interesting. Go ahead and give me a charisma plus academics roll. That'll be 6.
Finally,
6 dice. All right, that is 1 success, which is it feels super awkward. You are very aware of how drunk you are, and how you just barely pulled this off. But yeah, you pull that off. Nothing bad happens. As you're talking with Donna, she starts to seem a little more relaxed. And she tells you, I never would have expected to be sharing a drink with, one of you.
Hey, I've also got to go, actually. I'm going to log off.
We should probably, like, wrap up, right?
Okay.
Since Steve has had to leave.
Well, we can begin the next session with the continuation of the that conversation with Donna. Cool. Any Blake's saving up for 20 points for Majesty. You have 10.
I'm saving for something.
For Obfuscate.
It's on my sheet. Yeah.
For Augustyn saving up for Thaumaturgy, I think. That'll take.
It is true.
Oh, and you can afford another dot once you're ready to actually learn it.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Super fun session. Until next time.
I did not expect it to go in this direction, but here we are.
Mad productive. Appreciate you guys.
Yeah.
Bye. Love you. Have fun being married.